Hope you guys are doing well today. So the title of my video today is 5 ways to boost your body image. So before we get started, if you guys are watching this on Facebook, I would encourage you to head over onto YouTube. When this video is done, type in my first and last name and then hit the bell and the subscribe button to make sure that you receive notifications for every time that I come live if what I am saying is something that you want more of. So there's that. So if you guys are watching live, please say hello so I can say hi back to you. And then if you're watching on the replay, just hashtag replay, and then I will come back on later and say hi to you then. So let's get into it, you guys. So body image is something that I think most women have dealt with, or people, not to say it's only women, have dealt with in their life of having a negative body image. And so what I'm talking about today is just 5 tips for you guys in order to kind of have a boost to your body image. So when we're talking about, so just imagine what life would be like if we stood in front of a mirror and we focused on what we love about ourselves instead of what we wish we could change. And so that's really the end goal, is to be able to just look yourself in the mirror and just not pick apart your body of like, oh, I wish this was different. I wish my arms were smaller. I wish my belly was tighter. Whatever it is, we're going to pick ourselves apart. I wish my hair was longer. I wish my hair was thicker. Like, these are all things that I battled with at one point and I hated about myself. And I worked so hard to change those things, thinking that that was the answer to my happiness, where really it was not. And that's really the biggest part of my journey that I would like to help other people with, is to realize that if you're seeking happiness and you feel like weight loss and changing your body is how you're going to achieve that, that's not always the case. If you haven't done the inner work alongside that, which I wasn't doing, then you'll end up feeling empty and like devastated when you get to the end of that journey and realize that that wasn't the answer. So going back to our body image and how we can help to boost that, the first thing is to just recognize that we are all imperfectly perfect. So just knowing that we all have flaws, that everybody has imperfections, and that nobody, like, we are all imperfect. We are all, like, who's to say what perfect even is? Like, we can all be perfect in our own way. We are perfect for like, who we are. Like, we need to stop thinking about perfection as a person that looks a certain way. We need to all be perfect in our own imperfections, that who we are is exactly how we are meant to be. And yes, we work on ourselves through personal development and all these things. However, loving yourself along that journey is really the key to happiness, because once you can come from a place of love to yourself, you do want to better yourself. You want to take care of all the areas of your self-care to make sure that you are showing up as your best self and your perfect version of who you are. And then just the second tip for you guys is to make a list. Hey, Carmen, I see you there. My second tip is for just to appreciate your own beauty. So we are all beautiful in our own way. We all have things about us that are beautiful. And just taking a moment to maybe think about what you can appreciate about your own beauty. Maybe you love your eyes. Maybe you love your, I don't know, maybe you love your ears, maybe you love your mouth, maybe you love your hair, maybe you love how kind you are to other people, maybe you love your work ethic, maybe you love, like, there's all these different things that we can love about ourselves. So when you take the time to maybe make that list and just have it with you somewhere that you can reference it, just going back to that list whenever you feel that moment of low body image or negative body image, just reminding yourself of those things that you do love about yourself, and just kind of come from a place of that positive self-talk. And my third tip for you guys, which is always, I find a little hard, is to not rely on others for a confidence boost. I know if you're anything like me, you do love receiving compliments. Compliments are lovely and they make your heart happy and all those things. However, we can't rely on those compliments, or we can't rely on others to give us our confidence. Our confidence has to come from ourselves. Like, we have to show up for ourselves. We have to work on our own confidence. And really, confidence is a skill, you guys. It's not something that you're just born with to be like, I am always and forever confident. It's something you have to actually work on. So anyone, if you're feeling like you always feel like you're not confident, just know that you can build that skill. That's something that you can work on and take steps to improve. And just really the biggest tip with body image is to not rely on others for compliments. Because often, if you have ever been on a journey of your body has changed, whether it be weight loss or weight gain, you'll notice that you will only get compliments when you've lost weight. You will only be told that you're beautiful when you've lost weight. And that's something that I've realized over my journey is the compliments came like super quick when I was losing weight. But people have a hard time to just notice the things about people that make them beautiful or make them worthy without all that other stuff. So like, I really try to come from a place now of giving people compliments based upon their beauty, regardless of what pant size they are or what weight they are. Oh, hey, I see Shayla on there. Society makes you feel that beauty is just one dimensional. Absolutely, right? Like, I'm going to add that. Society makes you feel that beauty is just one dimensional. It's so true. And I really think that we have to start believing that it's not one dimensional, that we can all be beautiful in our own ways. Like, and I've really started to look at that for myself, at looking at people. And a part of a confidence challenge I did within my community is actually looking at people and noticing their beauty and pointing it out to them, and not looking at size or shape or weight or pant size, looking at that person and what makes them beautiful, because you can find something beautiful about every person you meet. Like, I'm telling you, once you come from a place of like, not from a place of judgment, it really changes the game. And so at the end of that little rant, just know that don't look for your confidence in other people. Don't look for, although, like I said, those things are lovely to hear, but really your confidence has to come from your core and your center and your heart. And your worthiness comes from you. Like, you can't put your worthiness or value upon other people to tell you that you are. That's something that you really have to believe in your heart. So, the fourth tip for you guys is to just take care of yourself. And that's something that I even struggle with from time to time. If I have a deadline to meet or if I have a goal that I'm trying to accomplish, it can be easy to let go of that self-care piece. And when we're talking about body image, we can really notice, I can notice, and I don't know if you guys are like me, but you really notice a shift when you're not taking care of yourself, when you're not doing those things that make you happy. And like, when I'm talking about taking care of yourself, if you guys are familiar with at all, like, there's like 5 or 6 areas of self-care. So there's like physical self-care, there's emotional self-care, there's oh, I'm missing them all. I had them written down somewhere. I was just working on them yesterday. So like physical, mental, emotional, social, financial, there's all these different types of self-care that we should be looking at to see where we're lacking. And it's important to do these things every once in a while to just really take a look at where you need to be spending some more time about caring for yourself, whether it's looking at your financial self-care and be like, am I taking steps to get where I want to be with my financial state? Or if it's emotional, making sure you're taking care of your heart and your soul. Whether it's physical, it would be like moving your body, giving your body good nutrition, drinking water, like those kind of things. So really just taking care of yourself is an important part of body image, because if you kind of start to slip on any of those areas, you'll start to beat yourself up and you'll start to just come from a place of that negative self-talk and that negative body image, which is not where we want to be, right? So then my fifth little tip for you guys. Love you, Martina. You inspire me. Oh, thank you. That's so kind. So the fifth thing would be to analyze your social media. So this is something that I've done recently too in the last couple years, is just really looking at how I'm feeling when I am when I'm around like certain people on social media. how do you feel when you're around those people? Like if you at any time when you're on social media and you have that gut feeling of like, this person makes me feel crappier than I did when I showed up, that's not who you need in your social media. And so, not to say you have to defriend these people and block them. It can be just as simple as unfollowing, so you don't see their posts. Because having that negative feeling come up for you is really just your intuition and those red flags coming up to being like, this is not healthy for me right now. And those things can be revisited, because as we're growing and learning in our own self-love journeys, we can come back to those people and be like, you know what? I have grown so much since I unfollowed this person that maybe I'm not really, it doesn't really matter what they say. So then you could follow them again if you chose to, because you've gone through that growth and you've worked on your confidence in the meantime. So then you're able to kind of have that resiliency around not being bothered by other people's opinions or how they show up, right? And if they're not for you, then that's okay too. And know that we are not for everybody. I'm not for everybody, and I know that. So really just knowing your social media and really keeping an eye on it. There's so many more body positive people and body neutral people and people who are encouragers and people who inspire and motivate. There's so many people like that online now. So it's just really finding where you fit on social media and make it be a place that you come to be inspired, not left angry or upset or all those things, right? Really just close in that circle of your social media. And I have seen people too do a social media day off. Like I know a friend who does every Sunday. She doesn't go on social media. She has a little post that she puts up on her profile to say social media Sundays, no for me kind of thing. Like she just takes a day off, which is good too. And if you find yourself feeling like you need a day off, then just maybe take that day and just shut yourself off from that for a day and just be able to clear your mind and work on your self-care and things that you need to make you feel better, right? Uh, so that was kind of my 5 little tips for you guys about 5 simple ways to boost your body image. What does Shayla say here? Shayla says, you inspire me. So glad we connected. I am so glad too, Shayla. And you have, if you guys don't follow Shayla, she is on YouTube as well and has some really super inspiring and motivating videos. She is the conscious thinker on YouTube. Um, so yeah, and it's just so amazing when you start to connect with these people who are like-minded and who are your people, right? Like when you find your people, it just feels so empowering and inspiring, and it's just amazing, just amazing. Like it makes my heart so happy when I think about all the people who I've connected with on starting this journey of my own self-love journey and now sharing it with others. So that's all I had for you guys today. If you guys are not in my community already, I have a group called Imperfectly Perfect You, which is focusing on self-love at any size through lots of different mystic and holistic approaches. We just empower and inspire each other in there, and it's a safe space for you to be yourself, be your imperfectly perfect self, and just work on things like confidence and body image and self-esteem and all these things that we need to work on as women. We need to work on as people, on just making ourselves better, doing the work to have that love for ourselves. Because once you guys can find that love for yourself and be on that journey of continuing to improve your self-love, it's amazing how you start to show up for life and how you step out of those comfort zones and just become exactly who you're meant to be, which is super, super unbelievable feeling. Like when I have started to come into my own power of showing up as who I am meant to be, it's just so unbelievably, overwhelmingly powerful to see the shift and just feel from my heart that I'm doing the work that I should be. So I hope you guys have the best day, and we will see you on Monday for a video then. So we'll talk